What did you need?
Working hard or hardly working? Hey, boss.
Nice. Clean set there.
can speak for myself. Constellation Ship, you weren't invited to this meeting, but much of our conversation has been about you. It's only fitting you should join us. I will personally guarantee your safety as long as you come in peace.
And think of it as a ceasefire meeting. Your one shot at getting those answers you must desperately want. Good. See? We can all get along. For now.
Ship is now docked. Perfect.
Hello. Again. Do you remember the emissary, perhaps? And their ship?
Thank you for the study. Your success is unprecedented. Yes, we did. We are not a monolithic people. The Starborn are individuals. Some are united in cause. Others are in it for themselves.
We're all in it for ourselves. Some of us are just more honest. The emissary threatened your ship, demanded you hand over your artifact. How is that so different from what I did?
We needed to warn you off. Every encounter with one of our kind could spell disaster.
For whom, exactly? Yes.
The Unity. You are on the path to it.
So, I gotta say, this part is more awkward than I thought. Hiding my face was way easier. I'm not who you think I am. This universe is only the first one you've been to. I've seen hundreds. Where I came from, I was the one who ran to the Eye. I left you behind to protect the artifacts. And the Hunter killed you.
One of me, at least.
I collected the remaining artifacts, and they opened the way to the center of my universe, and the doorway to an infinite number of others. That is the Unity. When I stepped into it, I became a Starborn. It's how I've entered other worlds, including yours. They are all connected. I have to. All the artifacts are needed to complete the armillary and open the way to the Unity. In every universe, the Starborn fight over them. Innocent people die. You've witnessed the power granted by the temples, the anarchy that can be unleashed. Someone has to decide who should get them.
Here it comes. The emissary...
You're twisting what I mean.
They're hypocrites. They used the chaos caused by the hunt for the artifacts to establish an order where I attacked your lodge because I wanted the artifacts, and you held me off. You got away. That wasn't some morality play. You didn't survive because of righteousness. You won, as I have done.
I was also human once,
But what does it matter who or what I was when eternity is within your grasp? You're learning. My other self wants you to walk the path he walks. To give up. Easy for a person who's seen everything, done everything.
You've never come this far. Not in all the universes I've seen. The path to the Unity is opening.
You're going to tip the scales one way or another. Bingo.
I want a truce. Between all three of us. I will give you some time to think over which approach to the Unity is the one you want.
Yes. Let's see how willing you are to live under someone else's rules. Just remember, one of us...
I know
You
we're not
might
the same
think
people,
the emissary
I know
is on your side,
Still,
but your persistence is what forced them to tell you the truth. They enter the Unity, take artifacts from others, employ force. All the things I do. I am many things, but I would never tell anyone what to do with their gifts. The emissary wants to become... to see what would happen. Usually, you're the one who ends up dead, and whoever cries over your body goes on to become the emissary. Sometimes I manage to get you all bunched up and take care of the problem in one go. Sometimes the emissary has gotten to me first, and I never arrive. Hundreds and hundreds of variations of me, hacking through Constellation. And it's almost never you. You making it to your ship on your own. I took it as a sign. Honestly, I was beginning to wonder why I kept tending. And it's bad. But you have provided something. Whoever created the artifacts and built those temples is playing a game with us. There are no rules. I don't kill for the Unity. I've simply found that it's the quickest way. Talking, forming alliances. I'll admit, as soon as I realized what had happened, I knew I needed...
I'm sure you have more questions. You've seen the terror. We can't let more like you. Before you leave, I want to give you something. A way to another art. Seek the moon of old Earth. Here. I do not always know if you... I have also found... You should also talk to your colleagues in Constellation. I am sure they have gathered more information. Part of me wonders what they will all say about what you have learned.
I've got something with your name on it, boss.
Indicators agreed. We're free.
Good to go for landing.
Impressive that such an old structure would be in this shape after over 100 years. It would seem that the occupants left in a hurry. Hopefully for no reason we need to be concerned about.
Engine spin-up time almost complete. Total time 5 minutes 22 seconds. Right on schedule.
How are the helium-3 valves holding, Nova?
We double-checked the leakage concerns this
Some of
morning
the earliest
before the
space
launch.
flights were
All
likely
signs green.
coordinated
Any
from
changes to
here.
the calculation sequence from Voltaire?
Strange
No
to be standing on
changes since
such
we
a
uploaded the last
unique bit
figures
of
yesterday.
history.
It's a clean shot from here to Jupiter.
One day the computer will be on board the spaceship. Just imagine that.
One miracle of science at a time, Canaveral. Counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Canaveral, are you reading?
All clear, Nova. Indicators look good. The ship should be cruising Jupiter's orbit right now. Visual confirmation will be possible in 32 minutes. Afraid the speed of light is on the slow side these days.
How does it feel to break the laws of physics, Canaveral?
We're all pretty excited down here in NASA, I won't lie.
Excited enough to tell me where you got the original data?
Not in a million years, Nova.
Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
Orbital insertion complete. Now move freely about the cabin.
Let's put this bird on the ground.
think that towers like this were once absolutely essential to ensuring our survival. And now here they are, buried and forgotten. Perhaps an elevator will allow us to access what lies beneath all this dust. We can never know whether lives were lost because this ship never launched, but it was built for a reason. It seems the only thing lacking is power. With it, this elevator should still function. Hypothermia can set in quickly, and the effects can be deadly. We should keep that in mind. this room probably never could have imagined all that has happened since it was built.
Station log. Station log. Station log. Dr. Judith Etienne. I have never been so nervous since I defended my dissertation. 4 hours talking to Victor and his team about theoretical metals, atomic bonding, even a half-hour divergence into magnetism that I'm pretty sure was to throw me off the trail of what we were actually talking about. Then, I got to see the lab. I don't know how much I should say, but the periodic table just got thrown out the window.
It seems there is more here to explore. Shall we? NASA was very proud of all that it accomplished. I suppose they had a right to be. Oh! Need a moment to walk that off?
Where these calculations came from.
There's something wrong with the math? I think it's quite straightforward.
That's not what I'm asking. We've had no success extracting even a sample of material from the object. No explanation for the gravitational effects, no motion graph to explain its harmonic frequencies. I can't even establish a melting point.
Judith.
But you've had me building these prototype colliders for months. And now you want me to pump helium-3 into it based on this equation you've written on a goddamn napkin?
I just need you to trust me.
I have been trusting you. We keep slamming our heads against a brick wall, getting nothing. And you keep coming up with something new to try. Like, you know what's going to happen. Where are you getting your information, Victor?
I'm sorry, Judith. Look, not here, okay? Somewhere off base. I'll tell you everything. But I'm not lying, okay?
Looks like early
We're
testing
going
for
to discover
planetary
something
habitats.
important here.
The looks on their faces if we could show them all that we have learned. This facility covered quite a range of disciplines, but I must not been kind to it. I hope you can succeed at that before we are discovered. How quickly can you get that done? Of this facility is massive. I wonder how many knew how big it really was. Artifact, if it is here. We should not give up now.
Project log.
Project log. Dr. Judith Tatian. I watched the gravjet tests from the moon today. It was the first time we were able to talk to the team at Nova Galactic directly. So many things were under wraps before, but now everyone wants all the publicity they can get. I'm already seeing proposals for manufacturing hundreds of drives. Expeditions to Alpha Centauri and beyond. It's also overwhelming and worrying. It could take years, decades, before we know what all these side effects of operating a crab drive can be. But no one wants to hear that right now. Like a bunch of pioneers racing towards the edge of the frontier without knowing about the grizzly bears in the mountains.
We cannot just break it open.
I never actually got to visit your labs back when we were working on the grav drive projects.
Seems like ancient history now. Only thing we're doing these days is launching weather satellites.
Guess this is as good a retirement as any. Now, Project Demeter, you want our help manufacturing scanners to better track these new meteorological patterns we're seeing.
Our guess is that the poles might be naturally shifting, causing some gravitational fluctuations that are throwing off our old models.
Why do you need the scanning tolerances to be so small? What are you trying to find?
I just want to be sure. It's not like we're doing much these days anyway. The glory days are over. Why not give ourselves a challenge before they write us off in the history books?
I know what I'm seeing, Victor. The data coming back from the satellites is very clear. It's the grav drives.
All those jumps from the moon. At this rate, Earth's atmosphere is going to start sputtering out into space.
Can the drives be fixed?
I'm working on some designs that should discreetly solve the problem, under the guise of an emergency update to the fueling pumps.
We're talking about the end of Earth, and you're trying to be subtle about it.
Judith, the last thing we need is people losing faith in grav drive technology. That might be our only option.
To what? Are you seriously saying we should abandon Earth?
The timeline is under 50 years. A blink of an eye for a planet, but more than enough time for a human exodus.
And what do we tell people?
We say it's an act of God, one that science has found a solution for. Time for humanity to take its place in the stars.
You knew, didn't you? You lied to me. All this time, I dedicated my life to this discovery, Victor. And you knew we were going to kill off our planet?
You haven't seen the future I've seen. There's an infinite expanse of promise out there. A meteor could hit Earth, a plague, another world war. Colonizing other galaxies secures humanity's future for all coming generations, across all time.
At the expense of our home.
Stop it, both of you. All that matters is building enough ships to get everyone off this planet. And we need to start now.
I'll draft up a statement. We'll need to address the entire international community. I'm sorry, Judith.
There isn't a planet in this universe that will be far enough away from you, Victor.
My name is Dr. Victor Isa. And if you're listening to this, then you probably already know the truth. I was young when I first headed the retrieval team of an odd gravitational anomaly on Mars. But I kept what really happened that day hidden from everyone except one other person. Even she didn't believe me at first. But I have no reason to lie to anyone now, so I hope you'll accept this confession, whoever you are. When I touched the anomaly, I experienced 12 days of lost time. I met myself. He told me everything that has since come true. The grav drive equations, the tests on the moon, Earth's atmosphere, sputtering her way because of what we had done. But he also told me about a city thriving on a planet orbiting a distant star. Human culture, art, music, lifestyles evolving and shining brightly across all of space. What price would I be willing to pay for that future? Maybe you don't believe me. Maybe Judith was right and I'm just a coward who wants to believe his mistakes were justified. But everyone has forgotten about the real origins of the grav drive. This artifact from Mars. I hope you make better use of it than I did.
Constellation, we've arrived on the surface of Earth. We need to discuss what you found.
And it looks like other Starborn got here before us. So, you might have company.
understand now why I asked you to come here. The artifacts unlocked the secret of interstellar travel. At the cost of Earth.
An easy trade, honestly. Why have one world when you can have all the settled systems?
Don't you see? The power of the artifact forced humanity to the stars. They didn't get to make a choice. How many would have chosen Earth? What gave Victor Isa the right to choose for them?
You see the hypocrisy in what the emissary is saying, right? They don't want to rob people of their free will, but then they steal the artifacts for themselves.
In the wrong hands, the power of the artifacts can make anyone a tyrant. That is why we watch over them. The only thing you're watching out for is yourself.
Finally, common sense.
Do not do this. Even if you agree with the Hunter's methods, he is only looking out for himself.
Oh, I think we all know that. But I want you to succeed. You've never gotten this far before. I need to see what happens to you.
Do you understand now why I asked you to come here? The artifacts unlocked the secret of interstellar travel. At the cost of Earth.
An easy trade, honestly.
I am glad you see it that way. I also believe...
Don't you see? How many would have...
You see the hypocrisy.
In the wrong hands, the power...
Unfortunately, that seems to be true. Whether or not that rule is fair or...
Finally, common sense.
Do not do this. Even if you agree with the Hunter's methods, he is only looking out for himself.
Oh, I think we all know that. But I want you to succeed. You've never gotten this far before. I need to see what happens to you.
Yes, I can see that. You will likely win. Hopefully the cost is not more than you can bear.
Yes, I also like picking winners.
Fine. You two have made your choice. The usual place.
The buried temple. Oh yes, we'll be there.
I'm sorry it's come to this.
You and I better have a chat. Talk through the next steps. I have a little favor I want to ask you, too. Besides, there's no point going to the buried temple until all the other artifacts have been gathered. Your friends in Constellation should be able to help you there. Keeper Aquilus, my illustrious counterpart. He's a loose end that needs tying. First, he led you to my meeting with the emissary. Now, that's turned out well for me, but it's hardly good to have someone who knows your secrets hanging around. Second, I don't like him. You'll understand once you've been through a few times. Other versions of yourself have a habit of being distasteful.
There was a time for such concerns, but that time has...
On the contrary, it cements my... Let me take in this moment. It's not every day you can... Yes, more question. That was a little playground where Starborn liked to fight over the last artifact before going to the Unity. You like...
Do you have a favorite restaurant here? Mine is currently Whetstone, but it changes.
I find comfort in the idea that the odds of something killing us here are at an all-time low.
Hey, I've been talking with the others. You know. Well, just think about it. I'll have everything set up in a...
Mateo told us about your pilgrim's voyage.
You found it, didn't you? The meaning of unity. Wait, say that again? Multiple universes?
You can't possibly mean what I think you mean.
Yes, I wouldn't mind a little more detail.
I don't even want to think about the physiological changes you'd need to travel between universes.
Plus what it would do to the mind? Enlightenment? Or oblivion? Like the Hunter.
You have the opportunity to reach the closest thing to your god that might exist. And you're second-guessing it?
One doesn't approach the afterlife without some trepidation. You're right. We have to see the unity for ourselves.
Not to make a sharp turn in a grand tale, but I got the eye fixed up. Bruised, but still blinking. Let me know when you're ready to follow up on what it's seen. These last glimpses from the eye are from the far... Catch a smile out there.
Have you ever heard one of his sermons? They're really good.
Is there anything I can help with? Did you find it? Your answers? I haven't had a chance to talk about all the truths of Unity in quite some time. Unfortunately, I need to maintain my habit of saying yes and no. Are you really Starborn if you're not hunting for the artifacts? When you stop racing toward glimpsing the Unity? They may have no unified culture, but rituals persist that make all Starborn who they are. And am I really the hunter anymore? Can you call all of us the same man? Every version through every universe? At what point do we have the right to our individuality?
The matter is confusing enough, even before considering how one feels about any of these different versions.
Wait till you cross universes yourself. If some other version of you causes mayhem, is that really you? Anyway, if you do get to the Unity, I hope you keep our conversations in mind. Figure out your own truth and hold on to it. It could end up being the only constant you have amidst the infinite worlds that will stretch out before you. Of course, how could he not? It's exactly what I would do if I was still as lost as he is. You are never fully separate from your other selves, not completely. Do we somehow share a soul, and is it merely our actions that differ? Another of a million questions to ponder. And leave you to join my counterpart to enter the Unity? Are you prepared? I appreciate. I know. It's not me, I'll admit. But I will do as you say. You do the same. I'll need to, make some arrangements here, and then I'll be gone.
Any adventure you can fly away from.
Hey, Mayday! This is easy to... Explosion, high-energy research lab. Massive damage. Overrun. Requesting emergency evac. Please. Hey, Mayday! Massive damage.
Landing gear is ready. Site is clear.
Missionary Research Station. You speaking. What? We haven't seen nothing on the comms. No other ships in this. Look, what are you... Really? Yeah, alright. I don't know. For security, I'm going. What's inside? Stay with me. I'll get the door. Step forward. Scan is clear. One moment. Attention all. I am declaring a cordial. All sections are now on lockdown. Senior staff, protocol, Delta. Use up. There. Be right with you.
Ethan Hughes. Chief, if you'll follow me, we'll take the back way up. Here, you can see our lovely storage area. What the? Easy! Easy! What the hell was that? What are you talking about? 1 minute, you're following me, and then you're just gone. Minute later, you pop in out of nowhere looking like you were in the middle of a fight. But there's nothing here. I should have never let you inside. What is this? Look, I don't know what's going on. Come on, this way.
Who's there? Thank God. Finally, someone came. The distress signal. You picked up the distress signal, right? Yeah, I know. I wouldn't have made it much longer. It's been so long. I'm out of food. Wait, how did you get in here? Hughes? Ethan Hughes? But he's dead. No. The accident. Maybe if the probe is still feeding power to the Right. Sorry. 3 months ago. I was calibrating an experiment in our high-energy research lab. It caused a gas leak. Sparked a fire. They're all... Are you okay? So, So, Are you okay? Are you okay? The lab was built around a xenolith with a dense metallic object.
We should... Wait. He's back. Alright, we're on our way up. Who's out? I was just filling in the director. Let's keep moving. If anything happens, the director's office is on the second floor in the building. You can't miss it. This way.
Come in. Kaya Patel, Research Director. And this is our Chief Scientist, Maria Hughes. Ethan said you disappeared right in front of him. Twice now? 3 times?
Director, you can't be taking this seriously. Look, I don't know who you are or what you're doing here, but there has to be a rational explanation for all of this. Excuse me?
That is quite a claim. What makes you think that? Tell us about this other universe. Raphael. Raphael died in the accident. He...
Wait. Gas fire. Gas fire. The leak. Director, there was a hydrogen leak right after the accident. It was contained in a minute or 2.
But if it hadn't been, it could well have caused an explosion.
Another universe, though. That's a lot to swallow. An artifact?
You mean the source of the distortion? You know something about?
The multiverse.
At least one other universe, clearly. And you have some connection with them then. Interesting. I wonder if that's why this is only affecting you. We didn't know. That's why we were researching it. That is science, after all. This facility and the research level 2 kilometers beneath us were built to study a gravitational distortion, this artifact and the field it creates. 3 months ago, our chief engineer, Raphael, was calibrating an experimental probe when something went wrong.
We still don't know what happened. There was a series of explosions, and somehow it's still running. That would make sense. That's why the field strength keeps increasing. We have a control unit for the probe. After the accident, I tried to use it to shut down the system, but the kill switch isn't responding. We could shut it off manually, but the entire research level is locked down. We can't even get down there. How? I told you the research level's locked down. We can't even use the damn elevator. What?
Clever. In this other universe, Raphael survived. He made it back from the lab, so clearly his elevator works. Take it, and you might be able to shut down the experiment.
This is crazy.
But first, we have to do something about your shifting.
We can't shut down the probe, but it's risky. We don't know what we're... All right.
Then it sounds like we have a...
Come with me. The control unit is in the fabrication lab next door. What have we gotten ourselves into?
What happened? You disappeared? What? How? Look, I don't understand. Okay, we can get out to the...
What the? How did security breach? Go! Everybody out!
Run for it!
Move!
Okay, hello. Hello.
Yes?
Look at this. How should I know? You're the one who keeps winking in and out of existence. They're a native species. We had an electric pulse field. The fire took out the generators. I was in the lab, working on the frequency calibration for the probe. I was walking out of the control room when it happened. I heard the tanks rupture. I jumped back into the control room. The doors sealed. I was safe. From the gas, the fire, everything. But I was trapped. There was nothing. If I had gone the other way, maybe I could have made it to the ventilation controls. Killed the system. Even... I don't know. I'm not sure.
What? You realize you just poked into my locked office. So much. Sure. And is there anything else you need?
What, did you get lost in the hallway? All right. This is the probe control unit. Most of these controls aren't responding. I'm going to very carefully adjust the settings I can. There's no way to tell what's about to happen. Pay attention and be ready for anything. I'll begin by adjusting the energy feed of the electron beam array. We're at 93 teravolts. Calibrating to 95, 97, 100. Nothing. Let's try the other way. 91, 89. What the? Okay. It looks safe to approach, but what in the world? It's a micro-distortion. Flux pattern matches the distortion in the lab. The setting is just exposing it somehow. Step into the distortion, please. Nothing. No, hold on. There's a slight pattern change. Some kind of resonance. Right, stay there. Let me turn the feedback up for a moment. Calibrating to 90, 91. What happened? So, keep it on the lower setting and I'd give you my control unit. Love to take a look at that. Right? If you can get down to the research level, you need to disengage the power interlocks, then pull the emergency shutdown. Oh, and before you go, the director wanted to speak with you. It really is just down the hall.
Well then, all set? If you need supplies, Before you go, there is one other. If this experiment... What happens then? Exactly. You are the outsider. The The question is, if this were a choice between my luck, but as the director of the station, it's not an easy... Now, it's time you... With the network offline, Ethan? I'm aware of that. Good luck, dear. It's been...
Howdy.
Security lockdown is active. Emergency override controls are available on designated security terminals. lockdown is active. Emergency override.
and am re-engaging.